This will be a 5v2 first-person shooter game, and in order for the victims to win, they must get the items needed in order to fix their broken down car. So far, the items needed will be tires and gas. While the 5 survivors scavenge the town, there will be 2 killers hunting them down. The developer have some interesting features in the game. One of them is when a victim dies, they can respawn back into the map as a raccoon in order to help the team with remaining items. And guess what? If you're caught by the killer again as a raccoon, then you die again. We have seen a lot of asymmetrical horror game releases, and many are unable to hold their own in the horror game community. Night of Slayers and Vice Mask may have a chance if they learn from the ones before them. It seems like a small team is dedicated to this game, and it gave me vibes of how TCM turned out to be good, but not enough to satisfy what the community wanted. The gameplay in the trailer give me a feel of Dead by Daylight, even though developers say the game will give vibes of Friday the 13th, which was a game that people enjoyed to play. Vice Mask, the developer, announced a beta release Q1 of 2025, but this was missed as well. So if you buy this game, don't expect update releases at super fast rate, or deadlines might be missed. That is the vibe I'm getting from the developers. If you go to Vice Mask's website, it says that the beta is due to release Q2 of 2025. We will see if this happens. You can also add the game to your Steam wishlist from there as well. There is one downside to this game. It will only be available on PC. They do plan on bringing the game to console in the future, and depending on how well the game do. But right now, it's PC only. People are a little upset, and it also kind of limits the potential of the game's success. Since this is an asymmetrical horror game, I feel they are playing it safe, which is okay. I can empathize with that approach because we all know the asymmetrical horror game world is cutthroat when it comes to keeping the community interested. And Night of Slayers is another game that have good potential and some hype behind it. Now, can it deliver on quality and enjoyment is to be determined. Don't forget to hit that engagement button while I got your attention to help spread the video to who needs to see it. I appreciate it. Some things that we see in the game you can do as a victim is hide, which is shown here. One person hid in the trunk of the car and the other hid underneath. I would guess the map would have similar hiding spots spread out across the town, or maybe even have cabinets that victims can hide in, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game, to avoid detection. If a victim makes too much noise, it can give away their position to the killers, so remain quiet. We should be used to this from Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, even Friday the 13th itself. The items we've seen for the victims so far from the trailers that we can count is a flare gun, an actual gun, and a flashlight. If we want to talk about the Slayers a little bit, there are 4 Slayers to currently choose from, in which each Slayer will have their own weapon and abilities. But one thing you don't normally see in these type of games is the killers using their cars to hunt down the victims. In the trailer, it says that killers can collaborate to each other very effectively, which got me thinking what could be other means of communication for the killers other than regular voice chat. I seen a screenshot with victims in the car. Killers can attack the vehicle while the victims are in it and trying to escape. And I bet the killers can stop the vehicle if enough damage is done to it. So, even though you think you're safe, you're probably not. Also, one thing I want to point out is flashlights could be a big part of this game because you see victims with them moving around the woods or help shine a light on the person fixing the tire. In this screenshot right here, you see the person in the back have a gas can in their inventory slot, but no flashlight, unlike the 3 that's walking in front. I wonder if the flashlight takes up an inventory slot. Just got me thinking that way. As a killer, you can run over victims trying to escape on foot. You also can see the observer holding the spotlight out of your side mirror, which is a nice little touch. But I also wonder if this is how you notice if the observer sees someone. Just like all asymmetrical horror games, it's best to work as a team, but you can also lead your team member to die as a victim. With my experience with these genre games, victims will help each other and troll the killer at the same time. With this being a 5v2, meaning 5 survivors and 2 killers, I am worried about the killers being overpowered by the victims, and that will depend on how versatile they make the victims and what they have to use to defend themselves. No actual release date yet for Night of Slayers, but I will keep my eye out for updates. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up on the news as well. Welcome to Mr. Unleashed World.